I've been following this story since it happened. I've seen it all over. Salute to all you guys who sent this to me. You guys know I check all the news channels every day, so most of them every day. So, and you guys send me so much great information. This Harlem situation. Now, I've been covering stories like this. Stories like this happen every single day. Every single day. Multiple stories like this. Why this one story seems to be the one that, galvanized everybody. Salute to Hassan Campbell. He used his platform to make a big noise about this. But this happens all the time. And I also think that this woman's demeanor, this woman very, very demure, feminine woman, the type of woman that y'all say y'all want. This was a demure, this wasn't no rat, this wasn't no, this was a demure, feminine, black woman, well-spoken, articulate, reasoned, measured, even with what happened to her. Now, I'm going to get into this story, all the way into this story, show y'all some things that y'all might not know about this story. But first, I want to show you this thing that happened in Houston. And they're looking for this guy for doing this to this sister. Okay, guys, you see this brother driving this white sedan. Now, this brother, he's just driving, and he makes a U-turn on this. It looks like a little parkway or something that he's on. He makes this little U-turn, and it's odd. He sees something. What did this brother see that made him like, oh, gotta make this U-turn right quick? He makes this U-turn, pulls up into this woman's driveway. She's sitting in the driveway on the phone. This sister in her car. This fool gets out of his car and snatches her chain off of her neck. They're looking for this fool right now. They got a reward in Houston. They're looking for this brother. He just happened to be riding down the street, saw this sister sitting in her vehicle, came over, snatched her chain, got back in his car, and rolled out like nothing happened. This is another angle of it. This is a different angle. Him pulling up. The audacity of these dudes to just be like riding down the street, cruising. Oh shoot, there's a chick sitting in her car. Oh, she got a nice chain on. Oh, about to go get that. And there's a big reward for this guy. They're looking for him in Houston. Why do I show you this? It's because it just shows you that you sisters got to be careful, man. You're being watched, man. And women in general, because it happens more to sisters, and that's undeniable. That's undeniable that it happens more to sisters. But this happens to all women. Women just got to be alert, man. You got to be more alert. First of all, you have less muscle tone. You have less bone density. You're usually smaller. Hands are smaller. Feet are smaller. So a confrontation with a man of any size is not going to go well. The one thing that you can do is be alert to make sure these things don't happen. Carry mace. Carry some form of something that will get somebody off of you. But if this woman just sitting in her car, probably on her cell phone. Yeah, girl, and he said, what? Oh my God, I don't know, girl. I'm tired of him. He don't return my phone calls. Next thing you know, it's a dude reaching through the window, snatching your necklace off your neck, and you don't know what's going on. And this dude done scoped you out. He done parked behind you, and she has no reason to think that this dude parking behind her. This looks like a little business or something. She has no reason to think that this dude parking behind her is up to nothing. So I give her that. But your sisters gotta be careful out here, man. Okay?
A brutal attack in Harlem on a woman who was just trying to buy a bottle of wine.
She says that it happened after she turned down one man's offer to pay for her. CBS 2's Lisa Rosner spoke exclusively with the victim. Surveillance video shows a group outside this liquor store as a woman walks in alone just before 6 p.m. Monday. The 31-year-old mother says she was buying a bottle of wine after work when two men walked in the shop on West 128th Street and St. Nicholas Avenue. She says the man in the red offered to pay.
I politely declined and I said, no thank you, but thank you. Could pay for it myself. And I got ready to walk out. Before I walk out, he basically said that he felt like I thought that I was better than them.
The men followed her out.
See, her mistake was when the brother said, hey, Ma, can I pay for that for you? She should have just ignored him. She turned around and said, no, thank you. And I'm not victim blaming. I'm just trying to help you sisters. No type of engagement to these guys. Nothing. I know you're told that, like, you gotta, you want to speak to these guys. These guys are in front of every liquor store. They're in front of the liquor stores around my neighborhood. They're in front of the corner stores. These guys are trying to get $10 to get some K2. These guys got the same drawers on that they wore for the last four or 5 days. These guys been in and out of the prison system. These are the guys that white women told you to defund the police when they get shot by the cops. These are the guys that white women who don't have to be around these guys unless they're gentrifiers, and even when they're gentrifiers, they don't go through it as much as you sisters do. It's rare we have a story about a white woman like this that goes through something like this. It's plenty of white women in Harlem. I was in Harlem 2 years ago, and I was shocked by how many white people were in Harlem. Shocked. I was floored. Harlem is fully gentrified. And you don't see a lot of stories of this happening to white women. But you got 1,000 of them that happen to black women. 1,000 of them over the last couple of years. That's why I was like, how did this one take off? Just Google it. Go in your YouTube search bar, put Harlem woman attacked. And change it from today, but to go back, change, where it says anytime, the search history, go back a year. You see 100 of these that just made the news. But you want to limit your engagement with these guys, man. You want to act almost like they're not there without being rude. Like you're busy. You're alert, but you're busy. You're not like on your phone or nothing like this, not paying them any attention. But you're just brisking and you got stuff to do. You got to go. You know what I'm saying? Because any little engagement, her turning around saying, no thank you. Oh, well, he latched on to that. And
before I walk out, he basically said that he felt like I thought that I was better than them.
The men followed her out, she says, asking what did she want to do about it.
I just asked him, I said, you're seriously trying to fight me? I'm trying to go about my business.
She says they chased her across the street, kicking her, and one man actually bit her forehead, leaving deep wounds. She says he tried to bite her eye out. Others kicked her.
Okay. He tried to bite her eye out. We in the middle of a pandemic. Them fools got on masks around their chin, though. The mask is around their chin. So they're using the mask as a chin diaper. However, they still have on masks. Then you're going to go bite a random woman that you don't know from a can of paint. You have to think about this, sisters, and you have to think about this, brothers. Most of us don't even want to, we see somebody we ain't seen in 20 years. A brother from another mother. You see your homegirl that you ain't seen from high school, 20 years, and you don't even want to shake their hand. You standing like 3 feet away from them talking, girl, oh my God, I can't believe it's you, I can't believe it's you. You don't even want to give them a hug. This fool went and tried to suck this woman's eyeball out of her head, and he hadn't met her from, didn't know her from a can of paint. Then he gonna go back home around his loved ones, his aunt, because he probably 9 times out of 10 guy like this lived with his grandmother, lived with his aunt, maybe still live with his mother. 7, 8 kids scattered throughout the tri-state area. Maybe he lives with one of the baby mothers. But say this woman had the pandemic. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know that y'all wanted me to look at this from the victim side. But just look at it from his side. He, during this pandemic, where most of us ain't shaking hands, most of us doing drive-up, we not even going in the stores. We definitely ain't touching people we don't know. This dude put his mouth, bit this woman multiple times in an attempt to bite her eye out. Now say he gets her eye out, he's got her eyeball in his mouth. During a pandemic, a woman he has never met in his life. Also in broad daylight. So I'm tired of the we disenfranchised, we can't do the same thing white people do. White people went to the Capitol, and if that was black folk, no, you went to the Versace store, and white people went to the Capitol. You went to Target, and white people went to the Capitol. White conservatives. You and your white liberal friends went to the Versace store. Those white conservatives went to the Capitol. They started going to the state capitals, remember? During the summer, they were going to the state capitals. And then they worked their way up to the nation's capital. Meanwhile, you white liberals and your black minions, BLM minions, were going to the Versace store, going to Target, looting the Target, looting the Gucci store, looting the PCS Mobile store, looting the dollar store, looting the AutoZone, looting the Walmarts. When those white conservatives was going to the state capitals, and finally went to the nation's capital. If that was us, we would have got shot down like dogs. Okay, let's just say that's true. Even though you cannot send me one article of Black Lives Matter protesters anywhere being shot down like dogs. Say y'all would have went to the Capitol and more than 4 of y'all would have got killed, because 4 white people got killed. Right? Fine. What kind of country, racist country is this where a brother in broad daylight, this is not like 6 o'clock, man. I know the sun go down early, but it's still 6 o'clock. Broad daylight, attack a random woman with a group of guys in front of a crowded liquor store on a busy street during rush hour in the biggest city in this country, and literally try to remove her eyeball with his mouth unsuccessfully. Rob her, and I guarantee you they didn't roll off the set fast. I guarantee you they didn't just run. Where's the racial? And don't I want to hear he did it to a black woman, because they supposed to be trying to lock you up because you black. Nah, it's this defund the police crap. that these white women got these sisters on, this feminism movement. Defund the police was a feminist movement because it had to do with BLM. Anything that comes out of BLM is feminism. Defund the police. Liberal white women who don't have to deal with this telling sisters who live in the trenches to get rid of the police. Now you done got rid of the police in New York. The police done pulled back. No bail. This guy, even when they catch this guy, he getting out the next day. Even when they catch this guy, he's getting out the next day. If this guy would have robbed a bank, he would have got out the next day. Thank your white, liberal, feminist friends for this, sisters.
She says they chased her across the street, kicking her, and one man actually bit her forehead, leaving deep wounds. She says he tried to bite her eye out. Others kicked her.
To bite me and do that, maul me the way that he did, with me screaming and saying that I'm just trying to get my daughter, that's an animal. That's not a person.
Witnesses tell me multiple people called 911. The woman was taken to NYC Health and Hospital's Harlem in stable condition. During the attack, she says her iPhone fell on the ground, and when she went to grab it,
He pried the phone out my hand. He's like, give me your phone.
she says afterwards someone told her to run because one of the men had done this to someone else before and could come back. The woman, who has not been able to open one eye, says the suspects need to be caught immediately. So,
remember I told you this happens all the time in Harlem? Just these guys. Someone who just happened to be there. Remember, think about the odds of this. Another person who just happened to be standing there has seen them do this to another woman. Now, that other person doesn't follow these guys around 24/7. Let's just say that other person is just somebody who's just in the neighborhood. They just happen to be there and said, look, I seen them do this to somebody else. You better run. Just imagine how many other guys, just if you know all the stories that we in Harlem and in all these other cities. I just showed you the one in Houston. You sisters chose defund the police with the BLM, destroy the family movement, to destroy the nuclear family movement. They try to get rid of the husbands, and they try to get rid of the police. Two things black women need more than anybody: husbands and police. They trying to destroy the nuclear family, and they trying to get rid of the police. Go to white communities. I dare you to go to a white community and stand out in front of a liquor store with your black behind. 6 of y'all all day. I ain't even saying do what they did. Just stand out in front of the liquor store all day in a white community. You're getting the police called on you. Police ain't even gonna get, they just gonna roll by. What the hell? And that's not racist. And that's not profiling. Again, that's not racist and that's not profiling.
immediately so other people going about their day don't fall prey. In Harlem, Lisa Rosner, CBS 2 News.
And police say they are looking for the men.
What we do to our black women every day is also terrible, and we got to be honest about it. So what I'm saying is, black men, we must come together on our own. Yes. I'm calling a meeting. We're coming together on our own. All of us in Harlem are coming together on our own to talk about how we're going to start protecting black women. When you see a black man cop calling a woman, disrespecting a woman, you stop that right then. You don't let that go. Because these young men learned right on the streets of Harlem how to disrespect black women. And they've done it over and over again. So let's be clear. We're all here. We all care. But part of that caring has to be us stepping up with our voice in the moment when we see our women being treated disrespectfully. And I'm ashamed of myself that I haven't been better on this. And we all should be ashamed of ourselves. Black men.
You know, I can respect this brother for him saying that he's ashamed of himself for not being better at that. Everything else he said is crap. All these meetings and the bluster, the talk is nothing. When the only thing he said that was good is he got to get better at that. Because all the talking and all the meetings in the world ain't helped nothing. You just had a whole summer full of meetings about police brutality. For Negroes like this, like these fools. Oh, we gonna act like the dudes that y'all protested for this summer wasn't these guys. Is that what we're doing? So we're acting like the dudes y'all protested all summer for weren't these guys.
As Blake prepares to leave, Booker calls police.
Yes, Officer Jacob Blake is here, and he has the keys to a rental that I purchased that I need to take back, and he's not trying to release it.
Police respond to a quote.
Jacob Blake, this sister got on the phone, called the police after Jacob Blake came into her house, broke into her house, digitally assaulted her, took her car keys, which was the car keys to the rental, and rolled out. This the dude that LeBron and them was about to end the season for. LeBron was going to be stuck on 3 championships. Thank God cooler heads prevailed, or LeBron would still be stuck on 3 championships. They were about to end the season in the playoffs for this guy. Sisters all over across the country was complaining. The WNBA dedicated the entire season to this guy. The media covered up while the police were there. He broke up a fight. Now it's coming out that all of that was crap. This is the same guy who was hanging out in front of that liquor store in Harlem. The same type of guy.
Police respond to a quote, family trouble. They're told there's a warrant for Blake on domestic violence offenses and sexual assault. What are you doing? They showed up at that time. I'm walking out. I hadn't done anything, so I didn't feel like they were there for me.
That nigga said I didn't do anything. He's still sitting up in a wheelchair after getting $1 million of GoFundMe. After cities been burned down, this nigga gonna say I ain't do anything. And then if a white person call him a dindu, they racist. He got the nerve to sit up here and be like he didn't do nothing, when not only did he do that, but he had a warrant for another sexual assault. And he had a stay away order. He wasn't supposed to be over there. And then he just did what he did to that woman that took her car keys and said, I didn't do anything.
On to a quote, family trouble. They're told there's a warrant for Blake on domestic violence offenses and sexual assault. What are you doing? They showed up at that time. I'm walking out. I hadn't done anything, so I didn't feel like they were there for me. Blake proceeds to put one of his sons in the car, and that's when he says he felt someone grab his arm. I took my arm away in a human reaction. After I did that, I realized that it was the police, and it's like, because when I did that, he slammed me up against the truck. Before the cop grabbed you, did they say anything to you? No, not at all. According to the Wisconsin Criminal Investigation Report, Officer Shesky recalled saying, quote, let's talk about this. He said Blake put his child in the car and turned to face him. Shesky said he then grabbed Blake's arm to put him under arrest and told Blake that he had a warrant. They didn't say why they were there. They didn't say anything to me. Did they tell you that they had a warrant for your arrest? No.
And I know y'all hate white people, and I know y'all hate cops. But who do you believe here? Keep it real. The cop just walked up, all this going on. He done digitally assaulted this woman. She done called the police. He got a stay away order. He got multiple warrants. The cops show up. They didn't say anything. Cop just showed up and didn't say nothing. And he don't know why. He don't know nothing. This is all a big... What's going on? I didn't do... It's the same nigga that was in front of that damn... This the same brother that was in front of that liquor store. The same type. I know them. I didn't do nothing.
Did they tell you that they had a warrant for your arrest? No. Some sort of struggle follows. Police believe Blake is reaching for a weapon more than once. Blake denies this. Police deploy a taser multiple times. Blake pulls the taser prongs out of his skin. Officer Shetsky and Blake end up in a physical altercation on the ground. We see you when you walk away from the officer. After they try to grab you. I'm rattled. You know, I realized I had dropped my knife. That little pocket knife. So I picked it up after I got off of him.
Now, we gotta be the dumbest people on the planet Earth, black people. He fighting with a cop. Oh, and he just dropped his knife. Okay, I'm gonna be a black for a minute. I'm gonna be the dumbest person in the world for a minute. Let me put on my black cap. I'm stupid now. I can't differentiate. I can't distinguish nothing. I'm just an idiot. Who fighting with a cop? Their knife just falls out, and then they pick it up. Remember, there was no knife. The only thing this Negro said he did wrong was that he shouldn't have picked the knife up. All this done happened. Multiple squad cars there, 911 calls, warrants, stay away orders, assaults, fights with cops. Only thing he'll admit that I shouldn't have picked the knife up. Only because the same type of Negro that was in front of that liquor store, as in front of the liquor store and all your hoods.
I shouldn't have picked it up. Only considering what was going on. At that time, I wasn't thinking clearly. You were thinking once you get the knife into the car, you were going to just like throw myself to the ground and, put my arms behind my back.
Who believes that once he would have got the knife into the car, he was going to throw himself onto the ground and put his arms behind his back? Who believes that? And y'all burnt down cities and y'all listen to lies from the media, CNN. Y'all even blame this on Trump. Poor Trump, he got blamed for this. The same type of dude that's in front of the liquor store. Stay your butt home the next time it's a march. The next time it's a march, the next time they want to march, stay your butt home.